Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see about the next practical program, which is perfect numbers. Actually, what is a perfect number? The definition is given as below. Okay, so here perfect number is a positive integer which is equal to the sum of its proper positive divisors. Actually, what is the process is, if you are going to find the perfect divisors, okay, for example, they are given a number as 6. What are the 6 divisors? It is 2 3s are 6 and 1 6 6 6. Okay, so 1 is one divisor and then 2 and 3 are the divisors. Now, if we add these numbers 1 plus 2 plus 3, we will get the answer as 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. Okay. So, now here the proper divisors are 1 plus 2 plus 3, which is 6. So, the number is equal to the number of the proper divisors. These numbers are called as a perfect number. Okay. So, here likewise, this is the example one it is given. We have to write a program for this perfect numbers. So, how to write the program for the perfect numbers? First of all, we should know the concept of how to find out the perfect number, a divisor. Then what is a divisor? A divisor is a 1, a proper divisor is a 1 which leaves the remainder as 0. That is this is the logic for this I modulo j. If you take a number and divide by the number, if the remainder is 0, then number is j is taken to be a perfect divisor. This is the concept of, for example, if we say for 6, 3 and 2 are 6. If you divide by this 3 or 2, the remainder is 0. We all know that this modulo operator also leaves the 0 as the remainder. Okay. So, if this is the case, then this number j is called as a perfect number, perfect divisor. Then you have to add up the values as we see in the logic over here. We have to add up the divisors. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. Okay. So, likewise here, so this is the whole logic of the program, how it is going to find out the perfect numbers. As usual, we start with include stdio.h as standard input output, and the program starts with the int main. If it starts with the int main and the return 0 is the statement over here to close the program, and it starts with the open brace and ends with the close brace. Okay. And also suppose whenever you are executing in dev C++, it always allows only the int and return 0, not the void and the main. Void main is not allowed there. So, int main is the option is used in the dev C++ software. Okay. So, now we have to declare few integer variables. They are I, j, end and sum. Actually, what you are going to do is from one number to some other number. For example, 1 to 10 or 5 to 100 or 10 to 1000. So, that is the upper and the upper limit. That is between, we are going to find out the perfect numbers from 1 to upper limit. That means 1 to 500, 1 to 1000 or 1 to 100 or 1 to 10, whatever it may be. That is the upper limit, and lower limit is 1. That is the program given to us. Find the perfect numbers between 1 and any number n. Okay. So, for that I have to get the upper limit, which is the end value. So, I have to printf to give the message on the screen, and then scanf percentage d is the integer I am going to get. So, ampersand n. So, this line of statement will accept one input, which is then end value, that is the n value. Okay. And now we have to print all the perfect numbers between 1 to n. So, this statement will just write all the perfect numbers between 1 to this n. It will be printed on the screen. And now, how to find out this number? Using the for loop. So, for loop is the one that is repeated for several times in order to find all the numbers between 1 to n. So, the loop has to start from 1. It has to end with the end. End is the maximum number. If I give 100 means it will find the perfect numbers between 1 and 100. If I give n plus 50 means between 1 to 50. So, likewise, this for loop will execute for all the numbers between 1 and the n, that is end number. To this loop is executed again and again to find out the perfect number. Okay. And then what is the logic for the perfect number? Find the perfect divisors. So, initially sum is equal to 0. We are going to add up the sum of all the perfect divisors. So, first initially assume sum as 0. Now, you have to start one more for loop. This is an example of nested for loop. One for loop is within the other for loop. We can use the example for your theory part. One for loop within another for loop is called as an nested for loop. Okay, so now here this for loop is going to find out the perfect numbers. How it is going to find out? That it starts from the 1 and it ends with the I. What is I is the I value will be changing from it will be changing from this loop. Okay, it will check for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because I plus plus means I plus 1. This is the meaning. Okay, so this I will vary from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 etc. till the last number. So that is the I value. And J is the one which is the number we are going to find which is an perfect divisor or not. So this is the logic. What is the logic? If I modulo j is equal to 0. That means if you divide a number 1 with some other number j and that j is leaving a 0 remainder. If the remainder is 0 means the number is a perfect number. So it is checking for a number I modulo j. If that number leaves 0 as the remainder, then j is the perfect number. So we have to add the perfect number as we did for this previous example. This perfect number 1, then 2 and 3. Okay, so we have to, that is done by this sum is equal to sum plus j. This is actually meaning is sum is equal to sum plus j. Okay, and now initially sum is 0 and now what number you got as the perfect divisor will be added as sum plus j. So this if loop will repeat again and again as long as this for loop is over. So this for loop checks for all the possible values of j which will be a perfect divisor. In this example given in the value n is equal to 6, it will find out 1, 2 and 3. That means if you divide 1 by 1, remainder is 0. Then if you divide 6 by 2, remainder is 0. If we divide 6 by 3, remainder is 0. Others will give some remainder. They are not the perfect numbers. So this loop, if loop will, if condition will check for the perfect numbers, this perfect numbers and add the values from sum is equal to sum plus j. So when the for loop is executed, the sum will be calculated. Which sum will be calculated? This sum will be calculated. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. This sum will be calculated. So once the sum is calculated, now the program checks whether the sum is equal to I. So what is the number you have given? So here you have the given number is 6. What is the sum you got? It is 6. So that is checked by this equation. If sum is equal to I, then we say that that is the perfect number. You have to print the number. So print of percentage %di. So this, when this one for loop gets executed, one number is found out. After that, it will go for the second number, third number and so on. So likewise, this one for loop will find out one number which is 1, and then next time when the for loop repeats, it will take I is equal to 2, and then it will again check with this always logic and then find out 2 is a perfect divisor. So it will add. So now the answer become 1 plus 2 is 3. As now we have got over here. So 1 is found and 2 is found, and then the loop will repeat. Now I becomes 3. When I becomes 3, again this I modulo j, that is when it is actually 3 by 3 or 6 by 3, it will give a remainder as 0. So naturally what will happen? This now after this 1, 2, 3 and find out, when it go for 4, when I becomes 4, what will happen? 4 modulo 1 is some remainder, 4 modulo 3 is some remainder. So likewise, it will the divisor, perfect divisor is found by this number. So every for loop will check out one number, and finally with all this internal logic checking of the modulo numbers, it will find out all the perfect numbers. So this is the program output. I have given an upper limit as 10 and then the answer given is 6 and 28. So 6 we have seen as an example. The divisors are 1, 2 and 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. Given number is 6. The sum is also 6. So 6 is the perfect number. Next I have given the value as Next, the answer is 28 is given because I have found out all the numbers between 1 and 100. When I give 28, you can see that 7 fours are 28. 1 is always the perfect divisor. So 7 plus 4 is 11. Then 11 plus 1 is 12. Afterwards, you have one more divisor, 14 into 2. 14 twos are 28. So 14 plus 2 is 16. Already we have 12 in the. So 1 plus 7 plus 4, which is 12. Then 14 plus 2 is 16, which is equal to 28. So the given number is 28. The sum of divisors is also 28. Then 28 is a perfect number. Then if you check any other number, there is no perfect number between 1 and 100. So I have given one more output screen, which is the number between 500, 1 and 500. The end value is 500. There I got one more number, which is 496. If you make all the divisors of 496 and add up all the values, we'll get the answer as 496. So that is why 496 also given as a perfect number. So that's all the logic of the perfect number. Hope you understood the basic concept of what is the modulo operator, how to find out divisors, and how to sum up, and the number given is which is equal to the sum of the divisors called as a perfect number. Hope you understood the logic behind this program, and thanks for watching.